Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 15, another episode of albums that are 50 years old in 2021. Of course, these albums were originally released in 1971, one of the greatest years in the history of rock and roll as far as albums being released, right? So many classics, so many legendary albums. What we're doing here on this show is for the month of February. For each of the 28 days, I'll give you a different pick from my favorites, 28 favorites from 1971 that are having their 50th birthday this year. And I'm also going to give you each day an honorable mention. That honorable mention comes from the rest of the pool, right? The ones that didn't quite make the cut on the top 28. So today I've got a really special one. I love this one a lot, as I'm sure a lot of you do. I've actually seen it pop up in the comments quite a bit over the last 15 days or 14 days or so. So here for day number 15, we're going to go with an album that was released on March 19th, 1971. Recorded at Island Studios as well as Morgan Studios. Okay, released on Chrysalis and Island in Europe, Reprise here in America. I'm talking about, and produced by Terry Ellis with the leader of the band, Mr. Ian Anderson. Of course, I'm talking about Aqualung by Jethro Tull. This, of course, is the very cool box set, right? Some of you may have the LP, right? Or maybe you have that original deluxe CD that came out. The Aqualung's been re-released so many times in different configurations. It is, widely regarded by a lot of people as Jethro Tull's crowning moment. I wouldn't say it's my favorite album by the band. It's up there. It's definitely great. It's definitely one of those kind of like perfect albums, right, for the most part, with a lot of really great songs, a lot of legendary FM radio staples, right? The lineup of the band, of course, you got Ian Anderson on vocals and flute, acoustic guitar, right? Also producing. You got Martin Barr on electric guitar, recorder. You got Jeffrey Hammond, however you like to say his name, on bass and backing vocals. You got John Evan on keyboards, piano, organ, a little mellotron, and of course Mr. Clive Bunker on drums and percussion. All right, so in its original incarnation, of course, there's all sorts of other tracks that were recorded during these sessions that would be released with the album later on, but the main bulk of the record, when it was originally released in 71, of course, kicked off with the legendary title track, one of the all-time great guitar riffs and solos in the history of hard rock, right? And, of course, you got Cross-Eyed Mary, another pretty cool hard rock tune, and you got Cheap Day Return, right? The lovely Mother Goose, the whimsical Wondering Aloud. Then you got Up to Me, dun, 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 dun. And then over on side 2, so you got side 1 is Aqualung, side 2 is My God. Of course, you got, My God, dun, 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 dun. You got Hymn 43, another good hard rock tune. You got the lovely Slipstream, the Burnin' Locomotive Breath, one of the heaviest songs they ever did. And of course, the really cool closing, epic, it's heavy, it's proggy, it's kind of bluesy, it's this majestic wind-up, right? And then, of course, like I said, you got, Lick Your Fingers Clean, which was, Up the Pool, other songs that were recorded during the sessions for Aqualung. But a classic album, it sounds great, it's got that iconic cover, it's got a handful of those tracks that, everybody knows, right? So there's a reason why this is looked at as one of Jethro Tull's crowning achievements, their 4th album that they ever did. So that is my pick for today here on day 15. How about my honorable mention, you might be asking? Well, here's a really good one. This is one, I love this one a lot, and it's almost a shame that it didn't make the cut of 28, but that's how great this year was, that an album of this magnitude is kind of relegated to that second tier of 28, right? The honorable mentions. But this band will go on to do much better albums than this. This is a great debut from them, but their next couple, I think, were even better. I'm talking about the self-titled Budgie album. That little power trio from Wales who produced some of the heaviest sounds of the early mid-70s that most, normal people, the mainstream, has no clue who they are. Really heavy band, I tell you. If you love, the, Sabbath, Zeppelin, Purple, Heap, all those heavy bands from the time, Mountain, Sir Lord Baltimore, you like all that stuff, if you haven't listened to Budgie, you are missing out. You are missing out. Heavy stuff on here. Burke Shelley, Tony Borgia, and Ray Phillips. That's the band right there, bass, guitar, and drums. Burke also sang. You got the Sledgehammer Guts. You got Everything in My Heart. The Author. New Disintegrating Parachute Woman. They have the wackiest song titles ever. Really long. Rape of the Locks, another great song. All Night Petrol, You and I, and Homicidal Suicidal. A great, great heavy album. This album is probably a little more bluesy than some of the stuff that will come after it. You can see or hear that they were coming from that heavy blues rock background, but there's still some crank and crushing early metal stuff on here, without a doubt. This was a band that did the Light and Shade really, really well. They did these like big, beefy Sledgehammer heavy songs. Then they would do the light kind of folky stuff, right? And then they would come back with another heavy song. Great band, so underrated. Love Budgie. And of course, that is their Roger Dean designed logo, which you would see on forthcoming albums. But that's my honorable mention for today, the self-titled debut from Budgie. But of course, the pick of the day is Aqualung by Jethro Tull. So in the comments below, everyone, list your next day favorite, your day 15 favorite from 1971 that's turning 50 years old this year. We're going to continue going through the 28th of this month, and then we got something else for you from a daily perspective coming up. Fun stuff in March, so that's coming. We'll announce that over the next probably week or so. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time, as we always say. Tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. Hudson Valley Squares, coming at you. It's an all-live show, all question and answer show. So we're just going to be sitting there, fielding some of your questions. Remember, we can't answer every question, so if you are joining us live tonight, don't expect that all of your questions will be answered, because as of last week, we had like 2,000 people that watched the show live during its entirety, so obviously we can't answer all those questions, but we'll get to as many as we can in 90 minutes. So put in some good ones, either for all of us directly, as a team, or for individual folks, on the show, whether it be myself or Chris or Butch or Sydney or Lynn or Ryan or Nick, or Steve, whoever. So that'll be a fun show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lots of other good stuff coming this week, so stay tuned for all of it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure if you hit the like button, and if you want to contribute to the channel, there's the Ko-Fi link below as well. So thanks for everything, and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.